Hi, welcome to the Big Split News Watch. Welcome to Focus. My name is Michael Richmond, and with me today I'll be talking with the World Boxing League champion, Mr. Stephan DaSilva. We're going to talk, we basically are going to speak about some of the key components to a successful boxing life. Some may vary from family, and some may vary to a bunch of other different stuff, which we will go into this interview. So without any further ado, let's just step right into it. Mr. Stephan, first and foremost, welcome to Focus. Welcome to the Big Split News Watch. It's such a privilege, to actually sitting here and speaking to you. Again, congratulations on being the World Boxing League champion, also one that you gained in Australia last September. So for our viewers who don't know, or perhaps as a limited amount of knowledge on who Stephan is, do you mind sharing a bit about yourself with them?
Well, as you know, my name is Stephan DaSilva, as you just mentioned. I'm the first WBA world champion for our country, beautiful Guyana. I'm 29 years old of age. As for me, as you know, we're normally born at Georgetown Public Hospital. I live at Kingston Seawall, Let Street as well. That was a two-housing spot I would be sharing by going by father's family and my mother's family. You know how it separated family, And that was it about me. Providing boxing was just the kid loved to fight, because the two areas are right. Nothing but fight, so to change the boxing, that was
great. So let's just talk about you during the early parts of your career. Let's just go back to as a kid that loved to fight. That, well, basically you alluded to you joining boxing is just you loving to fight and the communities and so much stuff. But let's just let me just ask, at what age did you think that hey, I could have probably take this boxing thing a bit serious?
Yes, Everest Cricket Club, that was the biggest cricket club back in my childhood days. We had many games there, all the big teams you could think about played there. And I always had this dream that yes, I would become a big cricketer. I used to remember hitting ball inside of Pegasus. It's right there we live in.
Yeah.
And I would run around by the gate, Gardy, I want to go in for a ball. And I'd go in, there's when cricketers come there, and I would go in to see if I could get a ball, at least a sign from them or something. But happened so, it never worked out. I don't blame my family for this as much, because as you get older, you know that there are certain things in life you need to let go of, And as you grow, you realize that, hey, this is what you was meant for. And this is what you need to do to make your life better. Well, I like fighting. I was getting in some trouble.
Yeah.
So hey, why beat people for free and beat people for money? Yeah. That's just it.
It's great. What was the first boxing gym you actually started in?
I would say for me, the best gym in Guyana.
Success?
Republic Comeback.
Oh, Republic Comeback.
Yeah. The best gym.
Okay, so forces me now to ask this question, right? Coming from living on the Kingston Seawall area,
correct,
and also Adelaide Street.
Yeah.
Besides just being a fighter, how did those two communities in itself play a major part in now Stephan DaSilva to this level?
Me at this level, as for me, deep inside of me, I'm still living at Kingston Seawall.
Yeah.
I'm still living there because that is what I know. And for me, holding on to that, it's what's going to keep me humble all the time. To always remember where you come from, no matter what you achieve in life and all of these things, like one person I would always admire is Azadin Mohammed.
Yeah.
He's a grounded person, and he always remember where he come from.
Yeah.
And where he would be heading to.
Yeah.
So for me, the two community do a lot to me. I would buy my lunch with my wife and my daughter, and we would go and see Walla City.
Yes.
I feel at home.
Yeah.
That's my life. I am comfortable there.
Let's talk about your first competition, your first fight. Talk us through that now, man.
Which one? The professional?
Your first actual fight. Yeah.
Well, my first actual fight, I was in 2014.
Yeah.
It was at the California Square.
Yeah.
It was against a GDF boxer by the name of Rupert Gillis.
Yeah.
It was nice, was exciting, and that's when I first met Gary Sinclair as well, and it was nice, was very exciting, and that made me wanted to do this more, because when I win the fight night, the director of prison at that time, it was Mr. No shucks, I can't even remember his name too properly, but he'd be at the fight. He's a vice president for the amateur boxing.
Yeah.
Mr. Graham, Mr. Carl Graham.
Yeah.
And he was there and they all hyped me up, and big excitement. So I was like, you know what? This is life. This is what I want to do. And with me, I know there's way more to go.
There's very much to go.
Way more ahead to go.
And let's just go forward now from just your first, not just your first, well, many may say semi-amateur or semi-pro, but now let's just go into your first professional fight. How was that moment for you?
That was easy and simple.
That was easy and simple.
Easy and simple, I haven't started fighting as yet.
Yeah.
I'm still in training. Give me a fight tomorrow, I destroy that opponent, and I'm still in training. Everybody right now, I'm not training. I would not have a fight until I have more belts on me.
Okay.
That's when I know I fight.
Dang.
As for now, I become a next world champion. That's just training, that's just warming up. So everybody that I'm stepping through right now, and I have in my book right down that I want to step through, they're all just warm.
Great. Success is a beautiful thing, I must say. Having, a chance to win this, having a chance to have your name being chanted in and around the audience, the spectators champion. It was Sinclair, Gary Sinclair, I mean.
Yeah.
And then now Stephan DaSilva, Clive Atwell, and a bunch of other names. It's such a wonderful moment.
Yes, it is.
Let's talk about your training method. Let's talk about, the things that you do behind the scene that people don't know. Talk us through, your training regimen. Talk us how important it is to have a good diet, a good work ethic, and how these things also could compile all together and make a successful boxer.
All right. As I must say, as for me, the first thing we must have that discipline.
Yeah.
Know that whether you use an alarm or you just have that self-discipline to get up at that particular time to train. So I would get up 3 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3:30, sometimes 4 o'clock. Depends on how I wake up and I hear the rain is falling, well then it would be 4 o'clock. I gotta get up. But my discipline is there for the training and for everything. In terms of meal for diets, I eat like a regular person. I eat anything like a regular person. My wife, she would want to know, like, what happened with me? You're supposed to be following a diet. No, this is what I want. I feel this way. I'm comfortable here. The only time I would get out of my comfort zone is to get up in the morning, to go and run that road, hard and sand trucks, and train. Everything else for me is train. As I must say, the person behind the scene in my training a lot is Dexter Marks. As you know, he's winning his fight last Saturday night. He's a lot behind my training. I have Compton here with me as well, and next young amateur fighters coming up. My wife, she plays a big part inside of my training as well. Sometimes she would want to pressure me more than my coaching.
Yeah.
You gotta do this. You gotta do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do this. I can't do this now. Do it. And all that motivates you more, because when you have somebody that is on your family, is there for you, hitting you back, you gotta do this to make a difference.
Yeah.
That's what you need in life.
Which it could probably force as the next question, how important, or what are some of the results that you've seen when it comes down to not wanting to wake up in the morning but have to wake up and do it at the same time? What are the results that you see from those level of sacrifices?
The sacrifices that I made, it was very good.
Yeah.
It was very good. But when I don't pay attention to just get up and go to bed, my whole day spoil. The whole completely day spoil. I do nothing right.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in certain conversation. I just want to bathe and go back to bed. So discipline, once you have that discipline, you gotta stick with it. If you don't stick with it, then you just drift away.
You spoke, so far you've spoken a lot about your wife, which I think behind every successful man, there is a woman that's the same.
Correct.
How important is family, Stephan, in everything? Besides just being that, person that pushes you, how important it is to know that after a win or even after a loss, there is that comfort when you go through that door. When you go home, you have your beautiful daughter and you have your beautiful wife also. How important is that to you?
Very important. Very important, because we as boxers, as much as people might see that, hey, he's strong, he's tough, he have this type of face.
Yeah.
We're human beings.
Yeah.
And deep inside of us, we need that comfort when we go home or just when we come out of the ring. Don't care how much we hit on somebody. Where we go, we need that type of loving too. We're not a machine. Even self, I guess, machine, you have to show them love, you have to clean it as well.
Yeah.
So we need that type of love, as for me, as when I go home, she would be like, "You okay, babe? I'm fine. You sure?" Yes, I'm fine. Then my daughter would come with me. She would be like, "Dada," and she would rub me, play with me. It is very nice for her family. But as I must say, I like to motivate people. With certain people who don't have that push when it comes to family, I would say do not use that as a downfall.
Yeah.
Use it as a motivation. Think of yourself, you know what, hey, I'm not getting this response from my family, and this is what I'm going to do for myself to make a difference. So that's how I live my life. So whether a friend, a family, don't want to stick by my side, don't want to show me the love, but hey, I use it as motivation.
Wow.
That's just me.
Wow. September 2022, the 10th, to be exact.
Correct.
You fought against a Fiji opponent.
Yes, William Mel.
Mr. William.
William Mel.
William.
Yeah.
Well.
Mel.
Okay, William Mel. And you won that fight in 2 rounds. You was judged. Well, let me just use the term that we get at the point. The decision we get the exact day. He couldn't make it. He threw it away. Fight is over. Fight is over. He was judged, or he was adjudged as the new WBL champion.
Yeah.
Let me just share back something with our viewers. There were 4 Guyanese before you.
Yes.
That actually won prestigious belts outside of Guyana. Mr. Gary St. Clair was definitely one of them.
Yes.
A man with so much respect locally. But you made it. You made the 5th person.
Yeah.
Amongst a bunch of other different names that came before you, that came after you, are the 5th person.
Yeah.
How do you feel to achieve such a wonderful, but also a rare feat?
As I would say, for me, every day is just a normal day. It is good for me. I was excited tonight, Every time I stepped in the ring, I don't step into the ring for myself.
Yeah.
I stepped in there for my daughter.
Yeah.
Because the way that I grow, I would never like her to go into that same path.
Yeah.
So I know going into the ring and finishing business is always possible. Come on, it's more time.
More time.
Yes, it's more time to just start thinking right ahead the next move.
Yeah.
However, as I must say, respect to all other champions who made it before me and the other champions that will come after me as well.
Yeah.
But for me, my aim right now is to do something that none of the champions before me did not do.
Yeah.
It's to be in the first undisputed champion for Guyana.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who comes in my way or whatever it is, but it's just being that person there.
Great.
That would be, for me, I think that would be putting boxing on completely.
Yeah. But also, I can recall seeing you at the Bristol boxing Saturday last.
Yes.
Was a wonderful event, I must say. We saw your friend Dexter Marquez.
Of course.
Triumphing over
of course
the Colombian opposition. So we seen Elton Dare, return back, and was a good fight.
Yeah.
He won via unanimous decision. So let's talk about boxing on Guyana. For the last 2 cards, we've seen the Patrick Ford Memorial, and also now we've seen it. How do you think boxing is shaping up so far in Guyana, and how optimistic are you about where boxing is going to also?
Boxing so far is shaping up very, very good, but yet slow.
Yeah.
At a pace where it's going fast, but yes, it's going slow. Because as a boxer, when you step out and you're still inside of it, there's so many things you see, and there's so many things you know. There's so many ideas you have about it. When you know that, hey, this sport's supposed to be going at 1,000 miles per hour, but it's only going 1 mile per hour.
Yes.
Like I would say, my wife, it's not a bragging or boast, and she's the first female promoter in Guyana here.
Yeah.
Her first 2 card, it was very successful, as we would say. She's planning a pro card right now. So we would be looking to have some other fighters from different countries as well going. Boxing is going good. But as for me, to how I see myself here with boxing is that I need to leave Guyana to go somewhere else to further my boxing career.
Yeah.
Because what I am trying to do is implicate that boxers, as we wanted to live like this style. Come on, let me be real. We see Mayweather, we see Tank, we see Manny Pacquiao, we see so many other boxers that live in the life.
Yeah.
Why is it we can't live that same life too? But that's because of it's not a payful sports in our country here. You can't blame everybody for it. But it's just, a contract is a two-way thing. You know, if someone offers you a contract and you don't want it, well, hey, you know, I'm not going to fight for this.
Yeah.
You know, and there's nothing they could do about it.
Yeah.
It's either they raise the money or they don't let you fight for it, you know.
Yeah.
So some of us, we just go out there to fight because what? We just wanted a little money at that time. You know, we are in a position of life where we have to get this money to make a next day better. Yeah. But, you know, some of us are in it to make a life, to do actually back something good for the ones that is now coming. And so it's not really a painful job, as I should say, completely then in our country, but it's going, but slowly.
There's some very, you know, good young boxers that we have locally. I could call like some of my we got a young Brian Harris.
Yeah.
We have some Song also. We have Desmond Amsterdam, who's making quite a name for himself.
Perfect.
We have Kevin Alikak also, he's good. Olympian also. And we have, you know, some other young ones coming up. What do you think, you know, you could, or let me just say, what sort of advice you think you could offer to these young fighters that could actually, you know, help them in actually making that next step,
Correct.
you know, into success?
The discipline is number one. You know, it's not about fighting, telling yourself, well, hey, because we both started training, I'm better than this body, or I'm better. The only time we get to prove whether we are better than the next boxer is inside of that frame.
Yeah.
Other than that, we see one another in the road, we must give respect. Let the love between we as Guyanese fighters stick there. For me, what I would advise the next young boxers, as I would say, Desmond Amsterdam, he know what it is about.
Fantastic, yeah.
He knows it.
Yeah.
Kevin Alikak, he knows what tomorrow is, you know, because they are already inside of it. But for other boxers, apart from those three boxers, just keep training, hoping out there, go out there, push as much as you could. Get yourself in a good gym, get the exposure that you need. I don't like tell fighters, you know what, hey, can't do this and wait for this and wait for that. Every day we wait, we're getting older and older. It ain't no good day if you're going to keep wait today. Tomorrow's not going to be a good day. It's going to be worse.
Yeah.
To get up and go forward, give a shot, the best shot. If I didn't make my first step, I would have never been here.
Yeah.
If I didn't creep, I would have never walked.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah. But also, before we come to our wonderful end, there's this saying that a lot of people talk about, oh, he's just a boxer. But then there's also the other set of neutrals who say, you know, hey, boxing is just more than what you guys see. It's a life and death sport. It could change your life. So we could see with Muhammad Ali the way he went out, which is so sad. Was such a legend of the game and the fraternity. Talk us through, you know, having to know that, you know, every fight or this fight could actually be your last fight. What is usually your mindset heading into a ring before a fight? Is it, you know, could this fight be my last fight? You know, we gotta be really like, you know, optimistic about it.
To be honest, as much as I laugh, and I never sit and think about that. That never come to my mind, you know, like this fight would be my last or everything. What I know I always have inside of me is, hey, I'm just gonna go in there, do what I have to do, come back home, my daughter, home, my wife, and that's it. Let's go home. New day tomorrow again.
Positive.
You know, this is just it for my sports, you know, but our brain is designed that if you think about, I'm going to go in there, and what if I never come back on these things?
Yeah.
Our brain is always designed to protect yourself at all time.
Yeah.
So you're going to go in there and you're going to try the job or do something and get hurt like that. Because you're not dedicate yourself to do what you have to.
I understand.
So everything, it's a balance. It's a balance. But for me, I always say, hey, take the risk. No, just come there, take the risk. As you're sitting here with me. As I must say, thank you very much for you being here with me, you know. So just take the risk.
Definitely.
Make a car, you take the risk. Basically, we're here today.
Great. Life after boxing. We spoke before we came on set, and we talked about, you know, you preparing to do your own little training, you know, so do it with a boxing ring, and as you prepare for life, you know, after this sport. Talk us through.
Well, life beyond this sports here for me. I've met Mr. Santana.
Yeah.
You know, he's from Texas. He's born Guyanese, but he lives in Texas right now. He's the owner of the gym. I'm at here right now, Live Gym. Anybody could come down, join up, start the boxing classes and stuff. Use the pool, use the sauna room, everything, you know. It's very nice. We don't have the boxing ring yet, but it's going to be at the Sheriff Street location. The body's gym there. Everything for boxing is going to be there. Boxing, weights, and everything. I'm going to be training there as well. Our female promoter, which is my wife, she would be there on time. So also female can be getting into this boxing more seriously. Life for me beyond boxing, I don't know, my wife's don't really like to hear this part. I want to be like this old guy bodybuilder thing, you know, just the physique. You know, I think I have that. And if it's just as an old guy, you're done with boxing, you have the belt to rack up, and you know, it's time now for you to walk around. You know, well, if your son or them come by you, they just you like, wow, can't go around make fun. Bet. So this life for me beyond boxing, promote fights, help the young ones, go out there, give back to my community now. You know, that's like
I must say, and I must allude this to your wife also, when she sees it's a body in motion, always tends to stay in motion. So we can understand the reason why you want to lift weights and this aspect of your life. But I mean, you guys heard it from the WBL champion, Mr. Stephan DaSilva. You talk about being disciplined, talk about also being humble and stay motivated. Those are some of the key elements to his success. And, you know, I guess, and I'm sure also that he would also, you know, tell you the same thing in whatever career path or whatever, you know, sport discipline you in, whether it be cricket, football, it's just basically the same thing. Majority of the time, it's just the same story. So, Mr. Stephan, again, I must say it's such a wonderful time speaking to you. I must say I must hold this before I go. It's way heavier than it looks over the television. So I must say congratulations again on being the WBL champion. We at the Big Smith News Watch wish you nothing but the best success.
That's why you have me here, the best.
Yeah, the best. Well, perhaps the only one in the country right now.
Exactly.
Definitely. So again, wish you more of the best. Wish you a healthy family life. You have a young, beautiful daughter. Continue being a good father and a good husband and a good citizen of Guyana, and also a good boxing champion and also advocate for the sport.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for being here with us, Mr. Stephan DaSilva. I want to say a special thanks to my technical operator, Mr. Daniel De Freitas. Until next time, guys. Bye.